Yeah, you can't get ticket.
I'm not going to get my ticket, and I don't even know when I'm going to leave Nigeria. Like, it was just annoying. And then I was just like, please, you have to. And she was just like, it's not my business. So I did not ask you to, not get the right. It was just like, God. Okay, my village people, are you guys kidding me right now?
Alright guys, welcome back to today's episode. With me today is my friend Deola. Hi Boo Boo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well, I'm doing pretty good. Today we're going to be talking about her whole PR process. So she migrated to Canada in May 2019 and she's here to share everything about the PR process, from why she decided to move down to Canada to how she got into the whole PR process and her life so far in Canada. Okay, why did you decide to come to Canada?
Okay, so for me, it's always been Canada right from when I was in secondary school. I don't know why, but it was just because of the name, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't want US, I didn't want UK, I just wanted Canada because it just sounded, like
a little
nice,
bit more like their brother.
Yeah, so it sounded really nice to me. So that was why it was Canada for me. Not because of anything I heard or anything, but yeah, just the name. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just the name.
So how did you get into the process and when did you start the entire process? Because you didn't come as a student, right? You just came as PR.
Yeah, I came as a PR.
So that's permanent resident.
Yeah. So I started the process 2018 January. That was when I started. Mm-hmm. So when I was done with my service year in 2017, I started applying to schools in Canada. Mm-hmm. And then I spoke with a family friend of mine. Mm-hmm. So she said, she knows someone in Canada, and then she was going to speak with them and then ask them for one of the best schools in Canada that I could go to. So when she spoke with them, they told her that, okay, why do my parents want to waste money on coming to school? Why can't I just go straight into the PR
process?
Yeah, the PR process. And I had a lot of discouragements then from a lot of people. They were like, your points would not be high, you just have 1 year experience, what do you want to use, you don't have masters, you don't have work experience. And but here I am today.
But let's talk about the discouragement for going to the entire process. How bad was it?
It was really bad. I think it was just my family and some of my friends, close friends, that really believed in the thing, because it was not a thing. Many people did not know about it. I've met people here that every time I tell them, I actually did my PR before I came to Canada, they're like, how did you do it? Then when I even joined the group chat,
that's for the PR process.
Yeah,
right?
For the PR process. When my family friend added me to the group chat, and then normally you're meant to introduce yourself, okay, my name is this, I'm this age, and these are my qualifications or whatever you're doing. You just have to say something. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, my name is this, and I'm 20. What? I think I was 22 then. I think I was 22. Yeah, 22. I was 21 actually. I joined in January. And so I was 21 then, I wasn't 22 yet. And then I was like, okay, so I'm 21 and I just finished my NYC, and they're like, you are 21? I was the youngest on the group. I think the next person closer to my age was 28 or 29, so you can just imagine. And then they were like, you don't have work experience, how do you want to do it and all, right? So by the way, this group that I'm talking about is it's a WhatsApp group, right? And that group is only for people that are serious about migrating to Canada.
So this group you're talking about, was it a travel agency or a PR process company?
No, it was not a travel agency or a PR process company. Mm-hmm. So there was this woman, actually, she was one of the first people that actually started from Nigeria with the express entry, right? Mm-hmm. She I think she left Nigeria as far back as 2012. I think, 2012. So when she came to Canada, right, she found out that many people were asking her questions how did you do it? Migrating with your family, we want to do it. And she was like, okay, now that people are asking me about it, let me just create a WhatsApp group, and it was for free. It's not like, oh, you have to pay
for anything,
or anything. Yeah. So the only thing that we had to pay for was like the Eagles meeting. Like we used to have the Eagles meeting.
What's the Eagles meeting?
So it's like people on that group, right? We convey at a particular like an event center, right? Mm-hmm. You just ask your questions, that because we don't see each other. Some people that really know a lot of things, it's not easy for you to just like private chat them. It's not everyone that wants you in their business or their lives. They prefer you like seeing them personally and then asking them the questions, right? Yeah. So that is basically what the event was about. Like when I started the PR process, or let me say before I started, after my undergrad, I started taking the ACCA program, right? So that was actually what helped me.
What's the ACCA program?
So it's the Association for Chartered Certified Accountants. It's actually for UK, right? But they do it in Nigeria too, and it's like a very recognized program and certification. So I started it then without even knowing that I was even going to delve into like the PR process or anything. And then after I finished my stage 1, I was issued a diploma in accounting and business certificate, and that was what helped me in getting 33 extra points. So normally my point was just 407, and believe you me, they wouldn't have even picked me at all. I would have maybe done like provincial nomination or something. But yeah, so my points were like 407, and after I used the ACCA certification, like the stage 1, and it gave me 33 extra points, it went to 440, and in 2018 that was the lowest they went.
So let's talk about the PR process, because this is really good information. So how was it like? What were the things that you were required to provide?
Okay, so the first thing that I did was my WES evaluation, right? So I had to send my credentials, that's my undergrad results, the transcript my school sent it to WES here in Canada, and then also I had to reach out to ACCA to send them my transcript from my stage 1 results, because I was also submitting the certificate that they issued to me, right? So I had to submit my transcript from my stage 1. Okay. So ACCA also helped me send that to WES. So while I was waiting for WES to finish the evaluations, I started preparing for the IELTS. Okay. And I think I just prepared for roughly like a month and a half, because I had like a very good supply of like questions and everything. So it just took me like a month and a half, and then I wasn't working, so it was just like everyday practice and the rest of that. I remember I would tell my brother to just like this, and then he would sit and interview me and be like, okay, just like the normal thing. So I'll have to talk, and then there's a timer and the rest of that. That also helped too. And so what I always advise people is do your WES, like start your WES first.
So what's the WES? Let me interrupt you.
Okay, so WES means World Educational Services. They are the ones that evaluate your credentials and see if your like your results from your own country and then like tallies with what they have in Canada, like the Canadian standard. Okay. That's what they use it to measure to,
so basically they give you the score,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. So so for me now, my undergrad was like an undergrad here too in Canada, so that was like 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that, and then my ACCA, the diploma in accounting and business, was just like equivalent to 1 year
for masters.
For no 1 year for like
college.
A college,
okay.
Yeah, the college degree, exactly. So that was what it was for me, and then I think I had to pay for the WES. It was like maybe 75,000 thereabouts.
Naira. I think that's like over $200.
Yeah. As a 2018, that was what I had to pay, and then for my IELTS, it was 60. I I think it was 62 or 67,000 as I then. I know there was somebody that she wrote the IELTS like 16 times. She wrote it like 16 times.
How much did you spend?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's actually crazy, right?
So like when you were throughout the application process, right? I know you've gone through like, submitting your document, getting the scores, the IELTS. What other information did they get from you, and how much did you pay aside like the West, the IELTS, and how much did you pay for everything?
Okay, so for everything, it was over 500,000 naira. That's what I would say. For like everything, this is not including like what is meant to be in your bank account though.
Because we're getting there.
We're actually getting there. But for like every other thing, it was like, like 500.
So how much exactly do you need to have in your account?
Okay, so you need to have 13,000 Canadian dollars or, over that in your account. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to have 13,000 Canadian dollars.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Did you actually have that in your account?
So for me, obviously I was not working, and so even when I got a job, that was like when I already submitted like all my documents and everything. I got a job in the bank, but then it was my dad, that actually
helped with the money.
Yeah, so he just put the money in my account, and he did something called a gift deed. So my dad and I went to our family lawyer, and then he signed the document that he was giving me the money, like putting it in my account, and he was not going to take the money back. So they would look at his account balance as at the day
that he gave that money.
He gave that money to me, and my account balance as at that date. They don't need any other, like past information about his account or anything. Just that day, like when the transfer actually took place.
And I'm pretty sure you didn't go through an agency. At this point, everything is done by yourself.
Everything was done by myself. It was a lot of stress. I'm not going to say it was stress-free. There were times I cried. There were times I was hoping that, oh God, would this thing go through? Would it not go through? With everything. But yeah. So
did you have to do medicals at all?
Oh yeah, sure. So this is the way it goes. When you get into the pool, right? After the Canadian government has done the ITA, that's the invitation to apply. You've gotten an invitation to apply. After that, then you have 60 days to submit all your documents, and the medicals. They had like different places. They have like 3 places in Lagos, because I did mine in Lagos.
So you stayed in Lagos at the time?
Yeah, I was in Lagos at the time, and then I did my medicals in Ikeja. I think I paid around 42,000 naira. Yeah, that was how much I paid.
You spent a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
How about people that don't have money and that cannot really afford like this whole PR process?
I won't say PR is not for them. I would just say maybe they can borrow money, or something to, do the process, because to be honest with you, if you don't have money,
you can't do it.
And like it's not going to be easy for you to do it, because even when you come to Canada, you need money, right? You need money to spend on, like, you need to pay your rent. You need to buy things, like when you move to a house, you need to do a lot of things. So, I mean, you need money for this.
I like the fact that you brought that out. A lot of people don't actually dig that when they're moving down here. People don't actually get it that 20,000 can leave your account like this. So I'm going to push you back to, when you were applying for your PR. The truth is, like, a lot of people actually fake results. Like, I've heard bad stories online. What would you advise people that actually do that?
Now, if you are applying for the Canadian PR, like express entry or whatever process you want to use to get your PR, just make sure you are like 100% legit, because you don't know who they might call or anything. Like there was a case of a guy, like that was like 2018. This guy, he falsified some documents, and then even before he got the PR, like he got his invitation to apply already. When they found out that he falsified the documents he submitted, they banned him from Canada for 10 years. So he cannot even apply to like come as a student or anything. And this would actually affect like any other thing, or like any other visa he wants to apply for, like other countries. Like look at the way like US is like so intertwined with Canada now. Yeah. He can't say he wants to apply for a US visa. They won't give it to him when they see that you have a 10-year ban
in Canada.
In Canada, like you have to have done something with.
That's very disappointing, you know.
Yeah.
So for all Nigerians that like shortcuts to life,
please don't do shortcuts.
Here's a lot of information for you. I believe this guy, was he part of your WhatsApp group at the time?
He was not, but like we had like the story.
Information,
yeah. WhatsApp group, yeah.
That's very disappointing, you know. After I got through the whole PR process, you got called to do your medicals, and then it was time for you, when you got like the PR. How was it? How did you feel?
I can never forget that day in my entire life. So now it was March the 23rd of 2019. I did not even think that my PR was even, you know, coming soon. So I got like a message on my phone, and then I just checked the message, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I continued going to work. And this time I just walked like out of the gate. It was not so far. And then I just checked my email, and I saw something like really funny, like PR something. I'm like, what? And then I just started shouting on the road. I ran back to my house, and I was literally shouting my twin brother's name, like, he should come out. And then my security man was like, what's going on? And then he opened the gate, and my brother came out, and I was just like, can you tell me what this is? Can you read it? And then, you know, he took it. I did not even care that I was going to be late to work. Like at that point, nothing mattered anymore. It was just like, yes, I'm finally living.
God did it.
You know, like God did it, you know.
And then my brother living in Nigeria.
And then he was like, oh my God, like you have your PR already and everything. And I was so freaking happy. And then I literally sent the email to my group. You know, I was like, you guys, like my email just came, and I'm not sure, is this what it looks like? And they were like, oh yes, like congratulations, you got your PR. And then everyone was like celebrating with me. So yeah, it was, that day was just awesome.
Let's talk about booking your ticket.
Oh wow, that one, the ticket we booked was meant to be like 2 Schengen countries. So that was like another, you know when they say,
okay, wait, who did this to you?
I think it's village people. That's all I can say.
Nah, fam.
Because, and when we got to the airport, you know, my dad is always on time. You have to be there on time. You have to be punctual and everything. I got there like way before my flight, like way before my flight. I was there when we got to the place where we're going to submit everything. And then the guy just looked at me like, he looked at my passport. He was like, oh, like, no, you can't go with this. I'm like, what? And he's like, oh yes, like, you don't have like, because
you don't have it.
Yeah,
you don't have the visa.
You don't have the visa. So like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know. And then I just turned back, and then my whole family was looking at me, and I was just like,
no, this is not happening.
I was just shaking my head like, and then the guy told me that I had to buy another ticket. Yo, it was like an hour 30 minutes to my flight. It was crazy. We were running up and down, and then my dad was like, okay, so let's go to the place, we'll buy the ticket. And then so we went there. The lady was so rude. She was just wasting time. I'm like, I have only like 40 minutes, and because the guy told me that literally the site closes in 40 minutes. So if I don't do it before 40 minutes, then I'm not going to get my ticket, and I don't even know when I'm going to leave Nigeria. Like, it was just annoying. And then I was just like, please, you have to, and she was just like, it's not my business, so I did not ask you to, you know, not get the right. It was just like, God, okay, my village people, Are you guys kidding me right now?
I can imagine the emotional trauma.
So it was crazy. Like I was crying already. So at the end of the day, I was able to, you know, buy the ticket. And
what airline did you use later on?
No, it was still the same airline I used, right? But it was not. I could not go with that particular ticket.
Yeah.
Right. It was still Lufthansa I used, but they had to put me on another Lufthansa flight.
But then, you know, I'm curious to know, how did you feel landing in Canada?
It was what I expected, and it was freaking cold for me. And this was May, like May. It was not even winter, like it was May for me, and it was very cold for me. No. I was literally like shivering, and then people were looking at me like,
"Are you okay?"
Yeah, but obviously you just know that this one is just journey just come. But yeah, it was okay. Like I was happy because it was just like, you know, there was this breath of okay, yeah, like
really,
finally,
yeah,
like, yeah, I'm here
after all this suffering and
everything.
What would you say to people that are trying to migrate from Nigeria to Canada?
For people that are already in the process, right? Just make sure that you're as legit as possible. Just make sure that you're as legit as possible. You know, because they can call anybody. You don't know who they are going to call. So you have to just be as legit as possible.
It was really amazing having you on here.
Thank you.
You know, because I'm really excited that you agreed to do this, because a lot of people need to hear this. Most especially those people in the pool right now in Nigeria.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us, and I really appreciate it. So you guys, make sure you follow Deola on Instagram. Yeah. Well, we'll come to the end of today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button below. I'll be back with more next time, but until then, please stay safe.